Alright, so a quick video here to talk about compound interest. We're continuing with this, but we're going to get used to this idea of appreciation. Now, appreciation in monetary terms, when we're talking about dollars, means that something goes up in value over time. Okay, so a big one here might be, or one that people talk about a lot, a house. So you buy a house today and it might cost you like, I don't know, $300,000. Sometime in the future, you would hope that you could sell that house for more than $300,000. That's because it appreciates in value. Appreciates, if we want to use like really silly terminology, means just go up in value. So that house will go up in value. And it's generally accepted that houses will go up in value at least in line with inflation. We've talked about inflation before in terms of something like a chocolate bar today costs more than a chocolate bar 10 years ago because of inflation. It's expected that houses would go up by at least inflation. Maybe they'll go up by more than that. Who knows? In Australia, for the last 30 or 40 years, houses have gone up on average, something like 5 to 6, maybe 7% per year, depending on where it's been. Okay, so that's really it. The only difference here with our formula, I guess, is that you're used to having a compound interest formula that looks like this, which is great. But we're just going to, when we deal with appreciation, we're just going to use slightly different terminology. We're going to use FV at the front, which stands for future value. And we're going to use PV in place of the P, which stands for present value. It's the same formula. FV equals PV bracket 1 plus I to the power of n. So a question you get asked might be something like this. Okay, so it might look like this. You buy a house for $300,000, estimate the value of the house in 6 years, assuming it appreciates at 6% per annum. So there's some information here. A present value of $300,000, a time value of 6 years, and it's appreciating at 6% per annum. That's our interest rate. And we don't know the future value. That's the thing we're trying to find out. Now, a note. Check the question here. It's slightly different to your other compound interest questions. When we were dealing with bank accounts, you put your money in the bank account and you definitely know at the end that if the bank told you that you were going to get 4% per annum, that's what you'll get. So when we were doing that, we were calculating exacts. This word here in this question, whenever you do an appreciation question, it's an estimate. You buy a house, but you don't know how much it's going to go up every year. It's just an estimate. Just keep that in mind. Nothing's guaranteed when it comes to this kind of thing. Maybe this house will go down in the future. This 6% per annum is just our guess. When we buy the house, maybe we're an investor, we buy the house and we think that it's in a good area, so it's going to go up. People are going to want to move there, so the price of the house is going to go up. But anything that we do here now is just an estimate. I really want to make that clear. Okay. Now we just do the maths. It's really straightforward. Oops, using the wrong letters already. Future value equals present value, 1 plus I to the power of n. Present value is 300,000. 1.06. 0.06 because it's a interest and we want to put it as a decimal. N, 6 years. And then you can just type that straight to your calculator and you'll get something. Okay, so I've typed that into my calculator and I get 425,555. I won't worry about the decimals here because I'm talking about a house price. No one's going to worry about the cents. So 425,000 $555. Okay, stop, think, have a look at this. You bought a house for $300,000. After 6 years, assuming it appreciates at 6% per annum, we have an approximate value of $425,555 after 6 years. That's what we talk about when we talk about appreciation. What else can appreciate? Any kind of investment, you would hope, is appreciating in value. Maybe you bought a classic car and it appreciates in value. Most cars depreciate in value. That means they go downwards. But like a classic car might go up. Maybe you're a stamp collector. Stamps might appreciate in value. Maybe a signature of like the Beatles, like a signature of John Lennon on like the first album. Maybe that would appreciate in value. So those sorts of questions, collectibles, houses, they're the sort of things that we can talk about when we talk about things appreciating in value. All right, that's compound interest and appreciation. Thanks, guys.